Camera number 116 of 365 is the Halina Paulette Electric. It's a 35mm camera and it's a viewfinder camera with built-in light meter. So looking at the front, it has a fixed lens, a Halina 2.8 45mm. And so looking at around the collar of the lens, we have our focus ring, which on this particular model is very stiff. So it really does require a good firm move around. And then coming down, we have our shutter speeds that go from 1/30th through to 250th. And then we have our aperture ring 16 through to 2.8. So to use the camera, we point the camera or the light meter in the front here at our subject. And we get a light meter, a light reading or exposure value reading. I've got 11 here, and the idea is that there is a little cutout, I don't know whether you can see that there, and the idea is to get that number 11 in there, and so we can choose from a selection of shutter speeds and aperture values. So for example, I've got f11 at 1/30th of a second, or if I bring it round, I could have 5.6 at 1/125th of a second. So that's the idea. So the idea is to keep that number that was reflected in the meter in that little window. And we can then be confident that we get an accurate exposure. Viewfinder and film advance, which is quite smooth, and then shutter actuation button. We have our film wind back into the canister, and to actually open the door, there's a little catch there which we pull open, and then if we're taking our film out, we lift the film rewind crank, and then that allows us to take our film out of the camera. So that's fairly straightforward. On the base of the camera there is the little button that will release the film advance that allows us to rewind our film into the canister, and then our counter is on the back, on the bottom here, and it is reset every time you open the door, so that's a nice feature. And then finally around the corner here we have our flash synchronization port. So that's it. That is camera number 116 of 365, the Halina Paulette Electric.